And so that's not a bad answer, you know, in the sense that, well, you know, I've got to pay them cash, so this must be a debit. That's not a bad answer. Another way to think about it would be the same question I asked Davis earlier. What kind of an account is direct labor? Revenue, expense, asset, liability, owner's equity. Expense. It is, and how do you increase an expense account? With the same debit that you kind of got to, okay? Very good. Very good. That was, I mean, that was good kind of thinking your way through it. And certainly, you know, that's what I would hope you're able to do. And what I think these T accounts help you to do is kind of be able to kind of think through things ultimately. Joe, question? No, sir. Okay. Ashton. Ashton Pitts. Sorry. It's my enunciation. This is, you know, I've been talking for, at this point in time, I've talked for an hour and a half to an hour and almost 2 hours today. So I might be slurring.
That's okay.
I might be slurring. Anyway. Ashton, though, it is correct? Okay, Ashton.
And I was hoping it wouldn't get to me at this point.
What's missing? You knew all the other ones, but now what are we missing?
Depreciation on plant and equipment.
Well, okay. Well, those shouldn't be hard.
Well, they are.
What's hard about them? Like factory utilities. What are factory utilities? What's that describing? Let's just do that one. What's factory? I'm sorry?
Expense.
An expense, but what does it mean? What are utilities?
Like your electricity.
Electricity, exactly right, exactly right. And what's the first word? Factory. So does that sound like it's a product cost or a period cost? Yeah, it's one of the two. Now, yeah, it's one of the two. What is our definition for a product cost? Very good. You could help her.
All costs associated with
Making a product. All costs. So is our factory electricity bill sound like it's a cost associated with making the product? Yes, I would say so. I would say so. Now, what's true of all those T accounts down the left side? They're product costs. So are we narrowing down your choices for where that cost might go?
Yes.
Okay. And it would be manufacturing overhead by chance. Because, you know, and the logical step I'm sure she went through is, well, let's talk about factory utilities, the factory electricity bill. Is that direct materials? Is that something I can kick? No. Is it a people? Because remember, direct labor is only people. Is it a people? No. So what must it be? Manufacturing overhead, okay? And that's the thought process you ought to be going through. When you're encountering something new, what is it, okay? And how much was that?
$35,000.
$35,000 what? Thank you. $35,000 of utilities. Okay. See how easy that was? You did a fine job.
Very easy, thank you.
You did a fine job. Anthony, you're on. Other factory costs. Where do you think that's going to go? That is a fine choice. How much? I can't hear you. Thank you, sir. And notice I wrote the other part of this journal entry in the cash account because that's where it would be going along with this $30,000. Okay? Joe.
We just did other factory costs, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
All right, then selling administrative expenses.
Okay.
Is that going to still be manufacturing overhead?
What do you think?
I'm not really sure, so
What would you guess?
I'd guess it, yes.
That it is a manufacturing. Oh, what's your major? Marketing. So you could be a salesperson when you graduate. Are you going to be involved? And so that's part of, so your salary or your commissions are part of selling and administrative expenses.
Right.
So now when you are doing that work, selling stuff, are you going to be helping to make it?
No.
Okay. So are you a product, so is your compensation a product cost?
No.
No, okay. And so I'm, so we're working our way through, does it go in any of these T accounts down the left side?
No, I think it's gonna be on the right side, cost of goods sold maybe.
We're getting close. Here, and I will help you, because this is actually a little bit new in terms of what we've covered so far. But cost of goods sold, actually, everything above and to the left of that green line are product costs. Everything up to and including cost of goods sold are product costs, all product costs. So there's only one account left. So if we've got a non-product cost, also known as a period cost, there's only one T account left. And which one is that, Joe? The income statement. And now recognize I'm going to leave room here. Right, I've got an arrow that's coming in. I'm going to leave room for a number there, and so I'm going to write Joe's number below that space. And what number do I need to write down?
$110,000.
$110,000. Okay. And the other side of that journal entry, Joe? The other side of that journal entry? The other side of that journal entry.
Oh, you're going to credit cash,
For how much?
$110,000.
Absolutely. Ryan, and then I'll get to you.
What did you say the green line stood for again?
Everything above and to the left of it, all those accounts are product costs. Basically, all the T accounts between the two green lines are product costs. Okay? Was that your question as well?
No.
Okay, your question, please.
Selling
Anthony?
No, Tyson.
Tyson, okay.
Selling and administrative expenses are a period cost.
Yes, sir.
Well, what's the difference between, since they're not involved with making products?
Yes, sir.
So what's indirect labor? Why is that under manufacturing?
Who are indirect labor people? That's an outstanding question. Did we talk about indirect labor last time? Who are indirect labor peoples? Huh? Cleaning ladies, people sweeping the factory floor. So indirect laborers are, by definition, in the factory doing work. They're people in the factory doing work, but they're not direct laborers. They're cleaning the floor, that sort of thing. See the difference? Because it's almost entirely a function of where are they working. Are they working in the factory? Then we're probably going to figure out a way to squeeze them into some product cost category. Are they working outside the factory? Selling and administrative. Yes, ma'am.
So if you have a floor manager in the factory?
He'd be a product cost. In which category? Floor manager in the factory, which category would he, which T account would you put his salary in? Manufacturing overhead, okay? Because he's not a direct laborer per se, even though he might be able to fill in and what have you, but his job is to make sure the direct laborers are doing what they're supposed to be doing. So it'd be manufacturing overhead. Good questions. Is that helpful?
Yes.
Helpful, helpful. Good, good. Anybody else have a good, helpful question that'll help everybody?